One of the biggest disservice you can ever do to yourself is to allow yourself to be a victim of circumstances or situations around you. For those of us who are raised in Africa, I strongly feel that because of the slavery incidents that happened over 400 years ago, we seemingly design our environment, situations around us, to be at the disadvantage of the majority of the masses. And if you want to ensure that you are not part of the masses or you're not part of the majorities, and that means the political, economical, or policies or situations that are running around you does not begin to affect you mentally, psychologically, and earthwise. And one of the things that you must do is to ensure that you're never a victim. You're never a victim of the circumstances. This is something that I actually made up my mind several years ago, to never be a victim, never be a victim of anything that happens to me. I take 101 responsibility for anything that happens in my environment. And how do I do that? It's actually about you seeking the expansion of your knowledge, the expansion of your network, and the expansion of your guts so seriously. What do I mean? Expansion of knowledge. It's about going for the right information, that has to do with you in terms of personal development, self-growth, taking them very seriously. That is what expansion of knowledge will do for you. The expansion of network means that you are at the right place with the right people at the right time. If you look through those people who are within your sphere of contact, and these people seemingly undermine your capacity to grow your self-esteem rather than make it better, that means you are in the wrong environment. If the type of information you take in, you consume, does not help you in the improvement of your self-esteem, your personality, in your net worth, that means you are in the wrong environment. And being in the wrong environment doesn't just have to be limited to friends that you see and you relate with physically. It also involves virtually. Your algorithm in your social media network or wherever your social network, does those algorithms put information or data to you that will not help you? So those algorithms sends to you porn sites, sends to you majorly comedies and all of those things, because those are people who actually are influencing you. These are informations you're consuming on a daily basis. And if these informations do not impact on you positively, I do not think that that is something that you should continue to consume. So your expansion of network, positive network that build your self-esteem, network that build your self well-being, your welfare, network that build your net worth. Those are the kind of network that you should give it attention to. And the final thing, which is one of my favorites, is the expansion of your all guts. That means the expansion of your boldness, your capacity to be confident in the face of any situation. Because when you have the right confidence, you will talk and you will engage with people with that mentality that you can demand what you want and what you need, that will help you to move to the next level. So expansion of your confidence. Growing up in Africa, naturally, the way it is done, especially for those of us who grew up in the Southwest, you hear something that don't look into the adult eyes. But that doesn't work in the corporate sector. You cannot say that because somebody is more your superior, is an adult, you don't look into their eyes. In the interviews, you have to look at them eyeballs to eyeball, because the body language, the eye contact are very important for you being able to succeed in that interview. So you cannot say, because I was raised not to be able to look eyeball to eyeball, so I will try to afford it. That may actually cost you a job, a very good job. So the expansion of your guts, the ability to be able to make demands, the ability to be able to relate and stand tall in the midst of the highs and mighties is very important for you to be able to build an environment, to build a system that will never make you a victim, to be able to take decisions, have the hard talks. I see a lot of people, they avoid the hard talks. Anytime the conversation is going to be very tough, they try to avoid it. And that is why you need to expand your growth. You need to speak to yourself, encourage yourself, knowing that these things are important if you want to avoid being a victim. Never be a victim. Poverty. Anyone who is poor actually is already exposed to being a victim. Yes, it is okay to be poor, but it's not okay to remain poor. So these are things that you should give attention to as you build to become a champion in your world. And I wish you well. God bless.